you seem to be giving like a lot of heavy stuff, and it's even hard for me to take in and understand the
I
conditions
know.
that you're going
I'm
through.
sorry. I've been
No, don't
dealing
be
with
sorry. Don't be sorry. It's okay.
abused by some that. But my thoughts are still fairly scattered. You know.
If I may ask, can you tell me how you became homeless?
Yeah, that's simple. I went to prison, and after prison, you're kind of just kicked out, and that's it. And,
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that. If I also may ask, what were you sent to prison for?
so you have to understand first that I was an engineer beforehand. I had an entire lab inside my house. I had an entire lab inside my parents' house. I had several. I ran one or two companies that one wasn't successful at all. One was fairly successful, and then I even got a government contract, which was the most successful. Um, they ended up storming my place and finding, well, a bunch of engineering materials. And so what they did is they collected a bunch of stuff in my house. Uh, and when all put together, they make quite a large explosive device. Um, None of this stuff was assembled. And they were right to think that because that was the ultimate goal. Um, I don't want to get this person in trouble, but they have a massive party once a year. They own 10,000 acres, and everybody brings their firearms, a nice bottle of wine. They're all from Silicon Valley, make a lot of money. They have a private shooting range. They have a live band. To the Grand Finale, I make some huge explosive device, and I wait until I get to the property site before I assemble any of the dangerous materials. When they're separated, they're as innocuous as water, and hydrogen peroxide, but mixed together, then it's incredible explosive thing. And so they stormed my place and found these materials, and I was sentenced to 2 years for manufacturing explosives. And the type of work that I was doing in developing what they called it directed energy weapon systems, uh, I can no longer get a security clearance in that field if my life depended on it. And I'm not bitter about it. I'm actually quite happy things turned out that way because I discovered my true calling in life is being an artist. That is my true. It was the most refreshing thing to realize. The first time in my life, my whole family abandoned, and I realized how much abuse was coming from that area in my life, and I was free to just discover who I was, and I discovered I was an artist, and I was so happy. I was making new things were going good, and COVID hit, and that's kind of when shit started really getting hard to be homeless. It used to not be so hard to be homeless.
But I guess it's safe to say that art has become a life changing thing for you to turn things around.
Oh yeah, yeah. The whole community knows me. You know, they always come by to say hi, and I love that. I love engaging with people and talking with them. A lot of people sit down just to talk for a couple hours, and I'm happy to do that with them as well. And I'm just trying to cheer people up and on their daily commute. I make sure I'm up at 6 a.m. I try to bring a smile to people's faces, and they're walking around. They've got like the weight of the world on their shoulders, and it's the little I can do to kind of alleviate that. I guess.
What would be your advice to people who are uncomfortable with homeless people?
what would be my advice is they're human beings too, and we are so frequently treated subhuman.
And to those who like struggle with addiction or mental health, what would you say to help them, lift their spirits, to get back on their feet, and to know that there's still light at the end of the tunnel?
It's up to each and every one of us to hold ourselves, including myself, accountable for the situation we find our society in. One way or another, it is our fault, including the people who are homeless, to the person who's at the top and rich. And we all need to accept that we are responsible for the construction of this apparatus that's so horrible and discriminatory against homeless people. Uh, you really have to realize that we are human beings, because being treated subhuman makes it so much easier for them to kill us off, which is, again, I would just have to recommend you to watch some of my videos. I mean, I've documented quite a bit, and their plan isn't house homeless by 2023. It's get rid of homeless by 2023. And a lot of us are losing people. We don't know where they're going. They're not being housed, and they're never being heard from again. And it's really starting to scare the homeless community out. Where are these people going?
That's an awful lot to take in.
We don't have an answer. So
Yeah, this all sounds very, 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 very compelling to hear.
you might write me off as a crazy person, whoever might deal with this, but I guarantee you that it is far worse than anything that I'm even telling you telling you today, and it's completely being ignored by the media in every possible way. So just watch what happens when Pride Parade comes through. They're fencing all the homeless off from the parade route. They did this for when the Warriors came through too. And then they had armed guards standing at these gates that would go up, snake up miles through the Tenderloin, caging us all in so we couldn't enjoy the festivities of San Francisco. And the same thing will happen for Pride Parade. If you watch the news, I'm pretty confident that you'll see the same thing. Because on any other day of the you would see down Market Street is literally hundreds to, you know, 1,000 or 2,000 homeless people laid out along Market Street, all the way from UN Plaza to Embarcadero. There's people with maggots falling out of their limbs, being rotted away, not because they don't want it treated. That's the line that they tell everybody, but no, that's not it. It's that they just deny medical care to homeless people. And I have massive amounts of videos and recordings of me getting denied service. Um,
This all sounds very, very astounding for me to hear from. We have time for one more. We have time for one more question. Are you ever in contact with your family? Do they even know your current living condition?
my, I am in contact with my father a little bit, my sister a little bit. My mother flat out disowned me, called an abortion and a freeze. Um, my brother, it's hard to have a relationship with abusers, right? Even though I've forgiven them, and I've even asked for their forgiveness for some stupid things I've done in my past, but I'm still finding it very difficult to have a relationship with my abuser.
Well, Daniel, I hope you can rekindle your relationship with your family, and I wish you nothing but all the best in your future endeavors to come. It's good to see that art has given you something to pursue, and it's definitely given you a lot of hope in the future. And I hope to God that nothing bad ever happens to you, and that you do get better, and and that and then help will come along the way. Right? Have faith, man. Have faith. Thank you so much. All the best to you.